Note to self: hookers have chlamydia. Before we get into this really funny story, I would like to apologize to anyone that we might have offended last video.
Yeah, it was not meant to get out to the public. It was supposed to be a little thing between our friends. And we'd like to apologize if we offended anybody or anybody took it the wrong way. We love you guys. All right, let's get into the story. To set the setting of this story, Joey had a pool party. I was there. It was his family. It was me. I'm basically friends with his family. And it was Uncle John. Just the three of us sitting like at a little table outside.
And so about my Uncle John. He's a good guy. Like, he's a nice person. But when he was young, he was probably the worst and the biggest crackhead you could imagine.
Oh, yeah.
You picture, like, Footloose, or, like, you go into the clubs in the 80s, and you look at that guy selling women cocaine with a giant afro, glasses, and a Freddie Mercury stash. That was him. He was that guy.
It was not a pretty sight.
Yeah. So, we're at the pool. We're at the side of my pool one day, and my mother, his sister, was upstairs. Everyone was gone. It was just us. And we were telling him stories about what we would do in the summer. So he started to tell us what he used to do. So one time, Uncle John told us a story about him when he got out of college. He took his friends and they went to Las Vegas.
What happens in Vegas stays with Vegas. But it didn't stay. It came to us.
Uncle John told us what happened.
So listen, let's just say this man had a very unique way of picking up girls. He would... Listen, he created flexing. He walk up there, shoulders up, big almighty, make sure he picked his fro and brushed his stash. And he'd go in there and he'd say, "What's up, ladies? I can give you anything that you want."
So he tells us that the key to getting any woman you want at a bar, and he tells us, is just tell them you're a millionaire. And you just go up to him. And he used to go to the bar. He used to sit down
Back in the
with
80s.
some girl in the booth. And he would just tell him, I can get you anything you want. You see that yacht? I own that yacht. Anything. Yeah. And he tells us that this would work. But, so one day he did it to this girl. I'll get straight into the story. And, turns out she was a hooker.
But he didn't know that at the time.
So, we'll get into it. But, yeah, so he sits in the booth with, he tells us, nice little blonde. I think it was a Pakistan. No, she was from Pakistan, actually. He tells us, yeah. So, he told us he might have been high at the time.
Oh, no, he
might have been zooted.
He hates Muslims.
Yeah, like this guy hates them to death. But this is what he told. He was like, all right. So he's like, it was blonde, might have been Pakistan. Really? That's a weird image in my mind.
Listen.
He might have been high. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely snorted a few lines. Got his, got fiddled around with himself. Got nice and pepped up.
Yeah, he took a line, and now he's the man.
Yeah, that's how it works. Makes you feel...
You're the man.
Incredible.
You're the man.
And so he probably wasn't thinking straight, because if he was anything like he was now, he would have not done jack shit.
He would have threw that woman out of the booth. Yeah. And got some.
He would have told her to sit at the back of the bus.
Would have got some some blonde in there or some shit. So onto what he told us. So Uncle John tells us that she bought it, took the bitch home, took her to I think a hotel.
His hotel that he was staying with his friends.
It was hers. I think it was hers.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
And John says that they got the rocks off, right? So they got their rocks off, and they're both zooted, right?
Yeah,
They were both extremely high on cocaine, and yeah, they did it in her apartment, her mattress on the ground.
Yeah, she was. I would think that, you know how in the 80s, early, like the mid 1900s, towards the end, that's when a lot of like Muslim people started immigrating here. So I would assume a young, little, petite Pakistani girl with blonde hair. I'm gonna go to America, the place of dreams.
All right, so I'm a little confused. It's a Pakistan with blonde hair. Really weird. Like, it's really weird. And she had cats too. She had fucking cats.
I think 7 of them.
He thought he like kicked one of them while they were fucking or something. So yeah. So when they were done, he said it really quickly. He didn't really mention like what they, because you don't explain to your niece or your fucking
nephew and
your nephew
best friend
how you fucked a Pakistan. Like, you don't, a Pakistanian. So he kept it short, and he said, yeah, I'm. Turns out she was a hooker, and yeah, and Uncle John said after that, he was like, I might have had I think I got chlamydia.
The blonde hair would explain the hooker part a bit.
The Pakistan and the chlamydia, maybe that goes together. I don't know.
Maybe chlamydia is just like, it's like a cold in Pakistan.
Yeah, maybe everyone has it.
Yeah, that's why no one likes them.
Yeah, so yeah, so he tells us that he had chlamydia, and I don't think he got it from the fucking cats.
I mean,
but he might have.
Uncle John was a weird guy, so you never know.
Yeah, like, he was really unpredictable. He would come to family events in a Harley and Death Angels
With a mullet.
vest jacket, and
a mullet.
Yeah, so
Weird dude.
anything happens. Anything goes by with
Yeah,
John.
Uncle John, when he said, he'd say, if it has a pussy, it's good enough for me.
And so
the cats probably were an option. I'm not sure. Hopefully not, but
So he wrapped up the story. How my mother was coming down, some pretzels, some potatoes.
Hummus.
Yeah, anything. The usual. And he said, I took her bed sheets and her microwave,
and
her alarm clock. So basically, one night stand, Pakistan woman. He got chlamydia
with blonde hair
and he stole her microwave
and her alarm clock.
And so he was walking down the hotel lobby with bed sheets, a microwave, an alarm clock, no pants, no shirt, only
Just
socks, trousers and socks, and he threw it in the back of his pickup
Rental.
which apparently he parked. You know where you have some of those hotels? It's like the drop off. Apparently, he parked it in the drop off, so he crashed it into the hotel basically, threw it in the back of the pickup, and took off. He left the blonde Pakistan woman high on cocaine,
without her microwave, so if she got hungry, she couldn't have
no
food.
bed sheets. Right. The cats were freezing. The Pakistani woman with chlamydia was freezing. And so my uncle's here, and he just tells me that note to self, boys, hookers have chlamydia.
He also says, you always got to be careful on what hooker you pick.
Yeah.
You gotta, you gotta background check. You gotta lift up the skirt, check what's under there. Because you never know, you might lift up the skirt, a little something might slap you.
Yeah, so
And
apparently...
we're not talking about her hand.
And we told him, we're like, wouldn't you be able to see if she had chlamydia? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, with all due respect, like, were the lights on? Like, could you see? And he's like, no. And I'm like, why not? He's like, well, of course I had my sunglasses on. And my cigarette.
And the smoke was, like, blocking his eyesight. And the
Yeah.
sunglasses did not help.
So he was fucking someone with sunglasses and a cigarette.
And an afro and a Freddie Mercury mustache.
So, yeah.
He also, I would assume that he has a lot more wondrous, adventurous stories like this one down in Vegas. But you know what they say? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I wonder if he still has that microwave. Because he's a bit of a retro guy.
Yeah, it's probably at his house. On to our next bit. Why you should get a hooker. So yeah, after learning about my Uncle John and him getting chlamydia, I thought this is what I would want. I want chlamydia. So what I did,
Good point.
is we went to New York. That's like the LA for the east side.
Yep.
And we went, I think it was like Planet Hollywood, or like some like gay fucking diner. Like where the losers go. Like all the losers go to fucking Planet Hollywood.
And we used Uncle John's tactics.
Yeah, we went around. What we did is we all put on our nicest puffy jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Looked cool.
It's kind of cold. Supreme Louis, you know?
Not even. But, yeah, we went up to people and we just completely lied to them.
Said we're a millionaire and owned that
We
building
said
down
we
the
had
street.
a lot of... Yeah, we said, see that building right there? My daddy owns it. And we just completely lied. And like most people, they didn't buy it. Except for the hookers.
Yeah.
The hookers bought it.
And let me tell you, hookers, it's not a safe bet. I'd say 99% of them have some sort of STD. And that's why you should wrap it before you tap it. And then, let me tell you, one good thing about hookers, though, they have experience. They will show you a good time. Just think about it. How many people have they fucked? Probably millions. In the millions, right? They will show you a good time. They know what they're doing.
Every middle-aged, working-class white guy has touched a hooker.
Once, maybe twice.
And that's why they all have herpes. That's why they all have chlamydia, gonorrhea.
So let me tell you, if your daddy ever says it's cold sores, it's not. It's herpes.
From fucking Tiffany.
Fucking little Tiffany in fucking Sunset Boulevard in fucking New York. God damn.
So, getting a hooker, like, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly.
a lot of people, these hookers, like, they're not bad people. Like, they're just...
They're just trying to get by.
They are... Exactly. See, they never went to college. They never learned how to do anything. But one thing they did learn how to do...
Is fuck.
They're in high school. They were probably... They're actually pretty ugly in high school. And then they go to college.
They glow up.
And that's when they learn to become a hooker.
Practice.
They learn, okay. Because in high school, it's like freshman year, you're like, you're not really doing shit. Then you go to college. That's when my Uncle John would say, you get your rocks off, and then you get chlamydia.
Yep.
So in college is where you get chlamydia. So
yeah, make sure when you go to college is a very important experience is to get some sort of STD. It's a way of life. It teaches you how to handle problems, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, when I go to college, just don't get AIDS or gonorrhea. Don't get something that'll stay. Get, like, syphilis or chlamydia or something like that, or herpes, right?
Yeah.
You eventually want it to go away because then you'll never get married.
No, listen. You don't want herpes. Herpes is, first of all, it's extremely common to begin with. But it doesn't go away. Once you get it, it lays dormant. It lays dormant for a very long time. But it can pop up at any time. You can be going to a wedding within a week, and day before, you look like fucking... Ugh.
You look like the Joker.
Disgusting. Yeah. So, you get it. It could show up at any time. And herpes are actually more likely to appear when you're more stressed, like in times of stress.
Like when you can't find a hooker. So if you get herpes, you can't find a hooker, they might pop up.
So what I suggest is, I don't suggest you get herpes. Like, believe it or not, I think most people, they should get gonorrhea or chlamydia.
No, I think gonorrhea stays. I think chlamydia or syphilis. Those are the two go-to
Chlamydia
ones.
and syphilis are like the two go-to STDs. Because herpes, even though it's not as serious at one point, it lasts forever. And it can be extremely... So what I suggest is that when you go into college, you should have already had Listen,
when you get out
if
of
you
college.
if you have herpes, that's okay.
Yeah, you're set for life. You're good.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. If you have herpes, you know what you're doing. If you have chlamydia, that's good.
Very
if you
good.
have gonorrhea,
That's a little bad.
that's even. It's like
It's
yeah.
bad and good. It shows you
Yeah.
how to deal with problems, and it's a constant problem you have to deal with the rest of your life.
exactly. It's a good
That's the
pain
good part.
It's good pain tolerance. It teaches you how to
But the bad part is that it stays. And know how you
Yeah.
solve that problem?
pass it on.
Pass it on. And guess what? Give your wife gonorrhea, and when you both have gonorrhea, it won't matter if one of you have gonorrhea, right?
Because you're in it together.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a wedding ring of gonorrhea. Just think of it that way.
You're stuck together.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I can't explain this enough. Having gonorrhea will keep your wedding together.
Oh yeah, for
It
sure.
will make your marriage better.
Because listen about this. They
Listen,
can
listen,
never
listen.
cheat on you
Exactly.
because they have gonorrhea.
No one is going to want to fuck them if they have gonorrhea. But you know who will?
The other person.
The guy who already has gonorrhea.
Bank.
It keeps you guys together. I can't stress this enough, guys. Get gonorrhea.
It's
Get
so
syphilis.
important.
Get chlamydia.
Like, might as well try them all out, right? Because, like, it's a new experience for each of them.
All right, on to our next bit. Should women be allowed in office?
No, we're kidding.
No,
No
we're
more
just kidding.
offensive shit.
Yeah, all right.
No more offensive shit. People get hurt too easily now.
Yeah, we gotta really watch out. But stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned until after we get out of college.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a little recap on what we talked about today. Uncle Johnny, crackhead. Say you're a millionaire and point at the biggest building and say it's your daddy's. And that's how you pick up girls.
And we didn't get that from fucking Wolf of Wall Street. We're not fucking copying that. Maybe he saw it. I didn't say it. I didn't do it. But we did not get it from
I
the
don't
Wolf.
think that's even in Wolf of Wall Street. But
No, it's with yachts. They say with yacht.
no.
Like point to that yacht and say it's yours.
Hey,
So-
listen, and then
Wait, is that in that?
I
No.
don't think so.
You point at the biggest yacht and say it's yours.
That's what Uncle John said.
Yeah. No, they never said that in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know. I
Okay,
think
listen.
I thought they
And our
did.
little other point is get an STD. Just not AIDS. Preferably chlamydia or syphilis. But if you're really on the wild side, gonorrhea.
Go to gonorrhea. So
And-
it's really important part of growing up.
Yeah.
That's one thing they don't teach you in school. It's
Yeah,
how to
for
deal.
sure. They teach
It's
you
how to deal with pain
and
and
problems, yeah. For the
problems
rest of
in
your
your
life,
life.
yeah.
Like problem solving is not important in school, and they don't teach it.
Yep.
And it really shows.
Yep.
These
Because
kids.
these people get gonorrhea and they freak out.
These
Like,
kids, they think
good
they have
thing.
herpes and then they cry for fucking 2 days
no. I wonder who did
and
that.
play sad songs on a guitar.
Yeah.
So what they have to do is they have to man up. And,
you gotta take it like a man and give someone else gonorrhea.
and you gotta really.
You know what this reminds me of? That movie we watched. The STD ghost thing.
Oh, great movie.
Yeah.
On to our next bit. Why It Follows was the best movie
Of all time.
of 2017, I think.
Whatever year it came out. It
Yeah.
shows you how to handle your sex STD problems.
When you have gonorrhea,
So
What I
we'll just pretend that the ghost is gonorrhea, right?
Yeah.
Gonorrhea ghost. Yeah. Okay, go on.
so what I was saying is that this movie, it was really a good movie because when I was watching this, it was just so relatable. It follows. You know what follows me?
Gonorrhea.
F's.
Well, I thought he was going a different way there.
It could though.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, like if you have like chlamydia, like pass it on. Like
Yeah,
fuck
really.
that.
You help the society by giving everyone in the world an STD.
Chlamydia. Like don't pass on like
AIDS.
HIV. Like
yeah,
the
don't
HIV.
pass on the AIDS.
Don't even pass on gonorrhea.
No, pass on gonorrhea.
No.
No.
I think
only-
it lasts
listen,
forever.
Gonorrhea is only special. It's special enough. Only pass it on with your loved one.
Yeah, like if you have
Like
yeah.
gonorrhea is a special one, you know.
Well,
Well, like
wanna-
if you get chlamydia, if you get herpes, if you get syphilis, pass it on. It's like goodie bags. Do someone a favor.
man them up a little. And
I I think that's all we have for today. I'd like to say
It Follows.
Yeah, you should check that out. Good
Listen,
movie.
guys. Who the fuck was that? Notifications. Who the fuck is that?
A little someone, you know.
Yeah, guys. We're
That's,
gonna.
I'll tell you tonight. You can watch if you want.
All right, guys. We're gonna wrap it up.
Thank you for watching, and once again, we apologize for our last podcast. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Peace.